Hey everyone, looks like I have no viewers at the moment, but if I get any, this is a video I could not wait to do. Last night I spent a lot of time editing a video with a crappy green screen that needed to be ironed and had bad shading and such, so I ended up scrapping it, but it's a long video all about what the newbies to crypto space need to know. And what we know now is that Bitconnect is dead. Anyone investing in it had all of their investments like pulled out and given back to them right away, and that platform is probably never. I can almost guarantee it'll never be up again because Bitconnect X is soon going to be out, and I think, sorry, they've been banking on that from the start. So the reasoning for doing this is 2 cease and desist letters from Texas and North Carolina, as well as ongoing DDoS attack. I don't know if that's really true, but even if it is, I mean, it makes sense. I think they had a lot of enemies, but there's tons of FUD going around even now after the markets are starting to make an amazing recovery. I mean, the crypto space is making an outstanding recovery. It's really encouraging. And so people that are new to the space know that you need to have some patience. You need to have some ability to hold your emotions in check. FUD, which means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is a very real emotion. And even if you think you know your strategy, sometimes you're like, oh no, I gotta cut my losses. I can't tolerate losing this much money. I say, you need to be careful. Never invest more than you can. Realize that people like myself on YouTube and other social media platforms, we are not financial investors. Even if we do that professionally, I don't do that professionally. But even if someone did, unless they know your exact financial circumstances, they can't be your financial advisor because they don't know you. And that's what financial advisors do. They actually recommend people what to do based on their actual circumstance in life. Okay, so you need to do your due diligence and research to know how much you can invest. Don't get a second mortgage for cryptocurrency. I think that's not a good idea because we're still in a abnormally high total market cap for the crypto space. And it could go down. I actually thought this dip was going to go down all the way to October prices. I really did. And if you do the math, it didn't even hit like a November 1st price. It didn't do that big of a dip at all, in fact. So to see this kind of recovery so fast, I think that's really encouraging. I unfortunately had 5% of my portfolio in Bitconnect, so I took a little hit, but I'm encouraged that the service, Bitconnect, has stated that they want to help recover anyone that started investing in the last 2 months, which is me included because I was a hater for 6 months until when Bitconnect X was basically initiated and launched. That's like, I was like, oh, these guys are legit. Okay, I'm gonna try this out. So I put a little bit of money in. I think my initial investment was like $700, and then I put another 1,000 in a couple weeks after that. So it's encouraging to say they're going to try to make everyone whole that invested recently by giving them the $365 price, I think it was, for each Bitconnect coin, which is amazing because it had dipped to the 200s before its immediate collapse, where it dropped way down all the way to just like $28, which is like a 91 or 92% dip from where it was. So yeah, Bitconnect is dead, everyone. I feel so sorry for you. If you watch Trayvon James videos, you can tell he is very emotional. He's hiding it, but he's very emotional. And there's an emotion that other humans have, which is like doubling down when people point out their faults. So, if you're like, why are you dating that person? They're not good for you. Sometimes people double down and continue that relationship or whatever because they don't like being wrong. People don't like being wrong. So Trayvon James uploaded a video where he bought another like 1,500 Bitconnect coins at about $28, $30 each. So when Bitconnect X, the lending platform, is up and running, he's going to make his money back. He probably will. I don't doubt it because the Bitconnect coin is not going to just go away just because of this. So I do believe that he'll be okay in the long run. But yeah, he's super emotional, you can tell. So I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry for one particular friend I have which just started investing because I talked to him while we were hanging out. This is like a real life good friend of mine. I talked to him about crypto for like 3 hours one day when we were going on an adventure. And basically I just kind of accidentally convinced him of everything in the crypto space and the future that is so very bright for people in this world that are initiating their entry into the crypto space. And my problem was he didn't really contact me with any questions on details as to what to invest in. He didn't do his research. He didn't do hardly any research. I was talking about investments I was doing and how I'm excited and happy, and I'm just talking to my friend. And so little to my knowledge, he ended up investing a lot of money in Bitconnect as well as Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So those latter two I'm okay with, but the Bitconnect part, I think he had the majority of his funds in Bitconnect. So if Bitconnect doesn't try to make him whole, I have done him a major disservice by not telling him, hey dude, do your due diligence, okay? Like, you can't just invest blindly into this crypto space because it's changing constantly. And these very centralized platforms or coins that are centralized like Ripple and Bitconnect, if the entity running the show, Bitconnect, or the CEO or the company of Ripple, if something happens to them, like DDoS attacks, and they get hacked or something, their platform will collapse in value. I mean, there's no way to get around that. It will lose a ton of value. So just realize that anything you invest in, do your due diligence and understand whether it's centralized or not, because Bitconnect was the most centralized coin, without a doubt, because without the lending platform, the coins are basically worthless. Thank God Bitconnect X is right around the corner. Ripple, on the other hand, also, if something happened to that company and they got hacked and they lost some of their 60% of all Ripple, that would go belly up too, probably, and banks would lose interest in investing in the crypto space. Banks would be like, you know what, I don't think we can rely on these companies. They're just not secure enough. They're not safe enough. They're too volatile, etc. So, yeah, I still don't like Ripple, by the way. I've never invested a penny into Ripple because it's controlled by banks, and I've always been worried that if banks wanted to, they could sell all their coins, even if that isn't more than half of the total market cap of Ripple, because the company itself owns the majority of Ripple coins. Still, they're a centralized company, so it wouldn't be that hard for banks to make kind of a small crypto dip, or even a huge one like this, just by collapsing Ripple. So there's multiple coins out there that could be pretty much destroyed just because of a single company affecting the crypto space. So for those of you new to here, thanks for watching. This is Destination Truth. I like to talk about crypto as well as news, history, politics, and a plethora of other exciting things that people don't know about, that are even if they're 50 years past, they're still taboo to talk about today. That's what I like to talk about. But right now, the crypto space is changing so fast, I can't help but talk about crypto. Not to mention, I, as well as millions of other Americans and people worldwide, want to be financially secure, financially free, so to have a brighter future. Millennials like myself are said to be more comfortable with the idea of investing into crypto rather than the stock market, which is well established and has lots of regulation, which is safer. To be honest, it is safer, but the gains are not there compared to crypto. So yeah, if you're new here, basically the gist of this video is Bitconnect is down, guys. I apologize for those of you who had a lot of money in Bitconnect. That is a real sad bit of news. But hey, if the company does right by us, they're going to refund anyone who invested recently at a much higher price than the $30 that their coins are worth now. So anyways, the last thing I want to say, which is going to be kind of long, I'll try to cut it way down to like 2-3 minutes, but if you're new to the crypto space, you need to understand what you're investing in as a whole. And what you don't understand is that the cryptoverse, as I like to call it, it's not just a way of making money. Yes, it is basically stock market 2.0, but it's more than that, because what it can do for the future is provide basically a separation of money and state, the same way we have in America a separation of church and state. That's the ultimate dream of people like myself, who I'm a minarchist. Anarchists especially, really want the state to be leaving them alone financially. The taxes, if they're not consensual and they're without representation, it's basically theft, according to many minarchists and anarchists. So they don't really like that. I don't really like it. I think we're overtaxed in the United States. We're largely socialist now, whether you know it or not, in mostly a socialist country. And I think it would drastically improve the world if you just cut down these banking fees for sending people money. Because people that send money to loved ones across national borders, they have to deal with insane fees and long periods of time sometimes for money to get from one place to the other. So in a nutshell, the crypto space has the potential of really changing the world for the better. I could go on this, and maybe I should tonight in a more lengthy video about just how much the cryptoverse has to offer the world, everyone. But needless to say, do your own research. This is not something you should just invest in and not look at for 10 years. If you do want to do that, just invest in Bitcoin or maybe even Litecoin. But yeah, you need to pay attention and keep up to date. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. This is Destination Truth. Please like and subscribe if you liked some of this information. I do a lot of videos, not just about crypto. So please come back for a video tonight or tomorrow. See you then.